I am so excited for you because I think you just described a lot of people's dreams.
And I 1000% agree that you are the best investment in me that I gave myself.
Thank
So
you.
appreciate Lisa. And she didn't pay me to say that any often there. When I was starting to kind of look you up on the internet and kind of do my own investigation, like we all should, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I love it when I open my investment account, it tells me you are way too aggressively invested for your age. I'm like, shut up. I'm doing what I'm going to do and it's going to be fine.
Because that's what we want to do. We want to empower people and especially women with their money and their decisions. So we don't want to outsource that wealth knowledge. We want that to be internal because then you can make 10 times the progress and you have the confidence.
Well, I love the peace of mind. I love how you've given me this confidence, and that's part of the set it and forget it. This whole mindset has just come across from meeting you and being involved in the community of women that are part of your mastermind. It's a no-brainer. It's a win-win.
I am so excited to be here today interviewing Tina. She is one of our mastermind members, a member of that Wealth Building Mastermind, and she has done a phenomenal job. So I want to let Tina tell the story herself of the progress she's made since joining, and then if she's willing, maybe to share some recent events that have gone on. Tina, will you just give us a brief intro for you, who you are?
Of course. Thanks, Lisa. So my name's Tina, and I am a nurse, and I work at an insurance company, and I get to work from home. So I get to work with some amazing individuals, and I love my job. I am married. My husband and I have been married for almost 36 years, and we're empty nesters. So we just love to travel and have adventures.
Oh, I'm so excited. Hopefully we'll get into some of that. You guys, Tina is amazing and she's made some amazing plans for what she's going to do going forward. So I'm just going to ask you some questions. So how did you hear about the mastermind? How did you get involved in that? And like, why did you want to join the mastermind in the first place?
Yeah, great question. One of the nurses that I work with, actually, her name is Chris, and she knew about you. She knows you because you guys live kind of in the same area, and she's watched you, and she told me some things about your Retire by 45 mastermind program. And, you always kind of think, yeah, but is it really true? And I trust Chris. I love Chris. She's a good friend of mine and a coworker. We met at our job and we just built a friendship. And so I listened and I trusted her. And so when I was starting to kind of look you up on the internet and kind of do my own investigation, like we all should, right? Um, I found that you were just starting your self-guided program. And so I thought, well, I can jump into this. It was a little bit less, quite a bit less monetary investment. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this self-guided program because I feel like I'm pretty self-motivated and
Mhm.
driven. And I got into that self-guided program and just devoured your feast of information that you offer and loved every minute of it.
And Tina, you made a ton of progress with that. You just started moving and shaking. Really, you started like moving towards your goals, I would say, and then also getting your financial stuff together. And then eventually, you decided to join the mastermind.
I did.
So, um, can you talk to us about what you see as your transformation from just the start of this, just getting empowered, because that's what we want to do. We want to empower people and especially women with their money and their decisions. So we don't want to outsource that wealth knowledge. We want that to be internal because then you can make 10 times the progress and you have the confidence. So can you talk to us about, like, I've watched you go from beginning the program until where you're at right now. Can you kind of guide us through what was that internal dialogue and how did you make so much progress in such a short period of time?
Well, I think your set it and forget it program is amazing. And the self-guided gave me the tools, the steps, because there's like, pieces and parts that you need. There's the mechanics of it. There's
Mhm.
steps that we have to do. We have to We have to understand what stocks are. We have to learn the lingo that I didn't even know. I remember my husband reminded me the other day when we were talking about years ago when we were first married, we went to some fair, you sign up for things. So we signed up for this free investment advisor counseling session. And we went and we sat down all excited to learn how to build for our future. And he basically told us, we don't make enough money. He can't help us. And so I don't know if I like shoved that in my back of my mind that I'm unhelpable. But when I discovered your program, I'm like, well, I don't care if anybody's going to help me. Lisa's going to help me, and I'm going to do this on my own, and I'm going to take control of my finances and just make it happen. So all those years of pent up, not knowing what to do and not having that control, I had my 401k at work, 401k at work, and I was smart enough to, match whatever my employer was putting in there. So I was earning a little bit, but it wasn't allocated correctly. And as I got older, it really wasn't allocated correctly because they start putting you in the safe zone, and I don't want to be in the safe zone. I love it when I open my investment account and it tells me, you are way too aggressively invested for your age. I'm like, shut up. I'm doing what I'm going to do and it's going to be fine. So, I mean, I loved going through and getting the mechanics of it down and learning the verbiage and what things are and how they work. And then, your self-guided program, you offer a little bit of mindset stuff. You offer the meetings, the kind of video type stuff. But then our house was for sale. We were starting to make these retirement plans. And I was starting to see some light, like this is going to happen. My husband is almost 10 years older than me. So I really wanted to be able to retire at the same time he was, instead of like when I'm 80 years old, right? So I was like, I got to do this. I got to kick this in gear. So I studied your program, worked my butt off trying to figure out how to make this happen for me. I saw my investments just from allocating correctly go from like maybe a 3 or 4% gain to like a 26, almost 27% gain last year. It was incredible. And I was fired up. So then, yes, thank you. It's so awesome. And so stocks can be scary for some people, but your program, it's like you said the other day, it should be boring. It really should be. You learn the mechanics, you learn how to set up your accounts, you learn what you need to be invested in, and then you just sit back and let it happen. You need to be able to just not worry about it. And that's what I love so much about this program, is it is stress-free. I'm in control of my investment accounts, and I know they're working for me. I give them a job to do, and I send my dollars out there to do their work. And pretty soon I'm going to have grandbaby dollars and great grandbaby dollars, and they're all going to be out there working for me while I sit on a beach somewhere and enjoy life.
Yay.
So
That's so fantastic.
to answer the rest of your question, we started talking about retirement and what that's going to look like. And, our house was for sale, and it has been for sale. It was for sale, just sold, but it was for sale for 14 months.
Wow.
And the market's crazy right now. And I knew that. And I'm a pretty positive person, but there were some days in there where I was like, my house is never going to sell. It's never going to happen. My dreams are crushed. It's not going to happen. And I was talking to Chris one day, and she's like, Tina, that's your mindset. You need to work on your mindset. And I'm like, you're right. I need to work on my mindset. I need some help here. So I decided that's where I need my work. I know the basics. I know the mechanics. I know the steps I need to take. But I've got to get out of my head and stop self-sabotaging myself and be more mindful of this. This is where I want to go, and this is how I'm going to get there. And I knew I needed your help, and I knew I needed to be surrounded by a community of women that are like-minded. And, in this life, things are hard and bad things are going to happen, and we're going to have obstacles along the way. But we need people in our lives that encourage us and support us and cheer us on. And that is what your group of lovely ladies does. You are like a unicorn. I don't know if you like unicorns. You're not even really a unicorn because unicorns don't really exist. They're imaginative animals. So I don't know what you want to be, but some kind of an amazing animal that just I was worried about meeting with you for the first time. I was worried that, I guess, that fear in the back of my head about that investment planner telling us we don't make enough money, it's not possible. But you were so kind. You meet people where they are and you just look at their stuff and you ask them about their dreams and their hopes and their aspirations and what kind of life. You asked me what kind of a life I want to build. How do I want my retirement to look? And you respected that and honored that. And you encouraged me to grow. And that's how it happened. I just needed, when I laid out my plan of this is what I want my retirement to look like, and you said, well, it looks great on paper, Tina, go for it. I was like, that is all I need to hear. I'm ready to go for it.
And you have. I'm so excited for you because you've taken action, even though it's scary, right? Every single like thing that I've heard from you is I was nervous or I didn't know, but I took action.
Yeah.
And that action actually calms the amygdala, like the fear-based part of our brain. So taking action, and it doesn't have to be the right thing the first time, and you don't do it perfectly the first time, and you're not meant to, but just taking action, just walking in the direction of your dreams, and you really have done that. Um, will you share with us what you would like to share about what are your future plans? What does this look like for you?
So super exciting. We have so many plans and we are so excited to just adventure out. Um, I've been working at the job I have now. Like I said, a work from home job for almost 8 years. May 1st will be 8 years. And I love my job. There's a really weird dynamic when you like the thing that you do for a living, but you still want to retire. And my job won't let me do both. So yesterday I gave my notice. I said, I am going to retire. And so at the end of May, I'm officially retired. And my husband and I bought our plane tickets this weekend and we're going to Vietnam. And we're
Wow.
going to slow travel, starting Vietnam. We're going to do Thailand. We're going to do Southeast Asia. We love Disney, so we're going to go to Hong Kong Disney, of course. And we're just going to spend a month or more in each little area and just soak in the culture and meet the beautiful people of Southeast Asia. And it's going to be amazing.
It is. I love the food. I love the people. I love the culture of
Yeah.
Asia. So amazing. So I am so excited for you because I think you just described a lot of people's dreams. We bought our tickets, and I know you guys have been planning this for a while. So
Mhm.
we want updates, first of all. And second of all, congratulations for just doing this. I think that most people, because of the mindset limitations, say, oh, well, that's possible for Tina, but it might not be possible for me. But it actually is possible. And investing is it's a learned skill. It's not something you're not born, Beethoven of investing. You actually learn it, something you can pick up and you can be taught and you can learn, be successful at. I am so excited to see you with this. You did all of the steps and now you're to this point. You like Tina, you have got to be excited right now, right? You have got to be
So
so
excited.
excited.
Yes.
What are you looking forward to the most? What would you say?
Well, I love the peace of mind. I love how you've given me this confidence. And that's part of the set it and forget it. Like we do the steps, we learn, and we, like you say, we try and we make mistakes. I mean, setting up a brokerage account takes some time and takes some, I got to do it, kind of like all the other stuff I've been doing for getting a visa,
Yeah.
changing your phone number, all the stuff. It takes time and sometimes you run against roadblocks, but you have the information that you need. So you just need to push forward and do it. And that's part of your set it. So you set up everything that you need. And then you get to have that wonderful confidence and empowerment that you can just forget it. You can just set up those automatic buys and automatic transfers from your account over to your investment. And you just get these notifications that you just bought some more stock and now your account looks like this. And you just celebrate the wins while you're living your life and just enjoying. And I love that. I only have to trust myself that it's done right and I know it's working for me. And then I can just relax. And that's my favorite thing is I can just relax and know that my retirement is secure and that I could just go live my life and do the fun things that I want to do and not worry about all the money stuff.
It's peace of mind is priceless, I think.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't have that peace of mind because they wonder. Um, I was on with a client recently, and most people get an average of 3 to 6%. Like you were saying, you were getting that,
Yeah.
because they're not in the right things. They're not invested in the right things. And it really gives you a boost to go from a 3 or 4% to, like you said, a 26% last year, because you were invested in the right thing, and you weren't diluting your returns. Now, we can't guarantee any rate of return, but we can guarantee it's going to be higher than 3 or 4%. And so you can double or triple, or more the returns you're getting. And I love to watch the transformation. I think it takes skills and mindset shifts. And once we have those two things put together, the mastermind members are the ones who do the transforming. Like watching your journey is the most rewarding part of running a mastermind, of seeing people going from, like you said, I don't really know anything about the stock market, to I feel peace and I have freedom and I'm now living my dreams.
Yes.
Did you think that you'd be doing this like
1000%.
5 years ago? Did you think this was
No,
possible?
no, even 2 years ago. I mean, you and I I've met you about a year and a half ago. And even 2 years ago, I thought, I am just going to keep working until I'm at least 65. This is what I have to do.
Yeah.
And no, this whole mindset has just come across from meeting you and being involved in the community of women that are part of your mastermind. And I 1000% agree that you are the best investment in me that I gave myself. And you know what? Everyone that's watching this deserves to invest in themselves. They deserve it. And there's no question about whether Lisa is worth the money, because you will get everything your heart desires just by stepping into this mastermind and doing this program.
Thank you,
It's
Tina.
a no-brainer. It's a win-win.
Thank
So
you.
appreciate Lisa. And she didn't pay me to say that any No, I reached out to her because I wanted to do this video because, I think women need to empower women. And I feel so blessed to have been introduced to this program. And I'm so grateful for Chris for sharing it with me. And sometimes we feel like no one's going to believe us, or people are going to think, well, that's just you. Or sometimes when things are working out really well, and granted, it doesn't always work out well, but right now things are really, really working out well for me. And you're really happy about it and you want other people to be happy. And sometimes you don't get greeted with that same happiness. People just have the world just throws doubt and frustration on you. And I just want everyone to know that this is the real deal. And if you're ready, I believe that people see things and are introduced to things when they're ready for them. So if you're watching this, that means you're ready. So open up your mind and join Lisa's mastermind, and you will not regret it at all.
Thank you, Tina. I find that sometimes people don't trust in themselves. Like what you were told, you don't have enough for me to work with you, which is actually on his end or her end, is they want to make a certain amount. Financial planners has a conflict of interest, right? Because they're making a certain amount from your money. And it doesn't matter if your money goes up or down. They
Yeah.
still make that money. So getting messages, and there's so many messages, whether it's from a financial planner or it's from just kind of the marketing of that financial world, saying you're not smart enough or you don't have enough to invest, is an absolute lie. You
Yeah.
can start with $5 in investing. They sell fractional shares, partial shares. You can start today with $5. You don't have to have 5 million to be worthy of working with a financial planner. And I'm so glad, Tina, that you just didn't even believe that and that you just went for it, because look what you and your husband have now, an amazing adventure in front of you. And I'm so excited. The real purpose, I think, of having a mastermind that teaches people about money is, and investing, besides the empowerment piece, because I feel like that's the most important, is to give them options. If you don't absolutely love what you're doing right now, we want to put you in a position where time and money are not a problem. And so you can do what you came to earth to do. And you can have experiences, and you can have you can fulfill your dreams and check off all those bucket list items that you've always wanted to do. And for me, becoming financially independent, that was the whole purpose, was freedom. And you are embracing that freedom by saying, I have my tickets to Vietnam. We're leaving soon. We were able to sell our house. And that wasn't a one step, one day thing, but you've been willing to work systematically towards that. And now you have that. And if you look back, would you say, oh, it wasn't worth it? I wouldn't do it again. Like, what's your view? Was it worth it to you to put in the
So
time and
worth it.
effort to get here?
Yes, it was so worth it. And I think about, like you say, it's about empowering people, and you are financially independent. You have been since you were 42, right? When you were still teaching school, and then
Yeah.
you kept teaching for a while, and then you retired by 45. And now you're teaching us, and you're taking time out of your day. I mean, I am unbelievably grateful to you for doing this, because you're empowering so many different people. And then when you empower me, I'm going to tell all my family and my friends, and it's going to empower them. And even the people that don't step up and join the mastermind, they're still going to gain something from it, because we're all in this world teaching and sharing. And I'm just really grateful. I'm so grateful. And it was not a mistake. It was one of the best things I've done in my life. And I love it.
Thank you. I feel like when we live our best life, we give permission to other people to live the best version of their lives.
Um,
And when you see somebody doing something and you think, you know what, I can do that too. And it really just gives permission for people to say, wow, Tina's like moving to a foreign country and she's going to have all these adventures, and who knows what each day will bring, probably new foods that you haven't tried or new places that you haven't seen, definitely new people that you've never met before, but so enriching. And that, when people see that, like my own family, for instance, I talked to them about financial independence. I talked to them about investing, and they were kind of like, yeah, yeah. And then once I retired for real, they're like, hey, can we talk about investing now? And one of my sisters, she asked me at like 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I want to go to bed. I've been trying to tell you about this for 10 years. She's like, please. So sometimes you living by example really helps other people to say, okay, Tina, I'm serious about it now. I see what you and your husband have. This is amazing. So, congratulations to you to being willing to be this example, and also just to have the courage to do it. So any final comments or thoughts that you have that you think would be helpful for somebody who's watching this?
I think you nailed it on the head. Just having the courage, giving yourself that self-confidence and that empowerment. It's your gift to yourself. You're the only one that can make that choice for you. So give yourself that gift. You won't regret it. It's going to be amazing. And just don't look back. Just keep moving forward, even if it's hard, even if it gets sticky, even if things don't go your way. You just have to push through that. You're going to be a better person on the other side.
Agreed. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being in the mastermind and being part of the amazing group of women we have. If you're interested in the mastermind, the self-guided program, just you can comment on this video. And Tina, thank you so much for your time today. And I wish you a wonderful, wonderful early retirement and amazing trip around Southeast Asia. And I know that's just the beginning of all of your adventures, and I can't wait to hear updates. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah, thank you.